Moving on to action items, 6A will go to the amendments to the 2040 RTP and the 2015-2018 TIP, and we're joined today by Jim Dickinson.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the Transportation Policy Council. My name is Jim Dickinson. I work in the Short Range Planning Group here at HGAC. We have, where did it go? We have 5 amendments to the TIP and the Regional Transportation Plan for which we're requesting your action this month. We begin with amendment number 30, which would cancel the City of Pasadena's signal program due to budgetary constraints. This cancellation is being proposed at the City of Pasadena's request. Oops, sorry about that. Moving on to Amendment 31, would program the City of Galveston's downtown pedestrian transit connectivity project into the TIP. This project was awarded Transportation Alternative Program funds by the Texas Transportation Commission at their September meeting. Moving on to next is Amendment number 36. The first part modifies the scope of the State Highway 288 toll road project between US 59 and the 610 loop to include reconstruction of the direct connectors at 610. This reflects TxDOT's decision to exercise one of the optional work items that is part of the State Highway 288 concession procurement. The second part of Amendment 36 adds the US 59 South Overpass project at Doris Road in Fort Bend County. It uses TxDOT Houston District's allocation of Proposition 1 funds. As a major amendment, a public comment period was required for these proposals. It began on October 26th and ended on November 9th. A public meeting was also held on November 4th here at HGAC to present the amendment and review it with the public. 2 comments were received, and they're included in your packet materials right after the resolution on page 20. The first is from a private citizen who suggests some specific scope elements to be included in the State Highway 288 610 direct connectors project. The second is a letter from the mayor of the city of Kendallton in Fort Bend County, the Honorable Darrell Humphrey, who is in support of the Doris Road grade separation over US 59. He states that the project will have major positive economic impacts on the city and on Fort Bend County. The public comment letters are also in your packets. And let's see. The next amendment we have is number 37. And this would program $480 million in fiscal years 2017 and 2018 into the 10-year plan for activities on 61 projects. The plan was approved by this council last month and includes projects for which proposition funds have been assigned. The final amendment that we're proposing this morning is number 39, which programs 80,000 transportation development credits to satisfy the non-federal match on the Houston Intermodal Terminal Access Study. And these credits are in lieu of $100,000 of cash match. The study was originally programmed in fiscal year 2015 and is being delayed just 1 year to fiscal year 2016. This study extends the work that HGAC and the Gulf Coast Rail District have been pursuing for the past 3 to 4 years to study passenger rail access into downtown. And Mr. Chairman, at this time, staff is requesting your approval or your action on resolutions 2015-2018 2022 and 2015-23.
Thank you, Jim. Are there any questions relative to the 5 amendments presented by staff? If not, can I have a motion to adopt resolutions number 2015-22 and 2015-23?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Go on, Jim.
We have one administrative amendment for your information this month. Number 38 delays 3 projects and makes minor limit and alignment changes to the hike and bike trail as requested by the sponsors, which were the City of Houston and the Houston Parks Board. These request letters are also included in your packets to explain the rationale behind those changes. And finally, for item 6C, Mr. Chairman, we have no future amendments to preview with you this month.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on to item 6D. Presenter will be Nicholas Williams. Nicholas, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members. Today we are requesting approval for an amendment to the 2016-2017 Unified Planning Work Program to add a study evaluating alignment options for regional rail access between West Loop 610 and the Central Business District in the amount of $400,000. Funding will come from STP and will be matched by toll development credits, which you just approved in the previous amendment. I'm happy to answer any questions about this. Again, it's just one amendment today, and we are requesting your approval.
Any questions to staff? Commissioner?
I realize that the newspaper is always right, but according to the newspaper, it's already been decided that the high-speed rail will stop at Northwest Mall. So, if that is true information, then what are we studying?
Mr. Chairman, if I could respond to that.
Please.
There is an expectation on the part, I believe, of Texas Central Railway that there will be transit connections to that terminus location. And in our previous work, we were looking at commuter rail, which would have several stops within our region serving the Northwest Corridor. That commuter rail also would be desirable to have its destination in downtown Houston. It might provide a connection. Similarly, the Metropolitan Transit Authority has in its plans an extension of light rail to connect to the similar area. What we would do with these study funds is look at the opportunity to connect that northwest area to downtown with one or more transit modes. Specifically, we're looking at the possibility of being somewhere in the Interstate 10 corridor for the commuter rail portion of this. That could also serve light rail, but light rail has more flexibility. It might have other routes and alternatives. We did look at other ways into downtown. That work has been completed. We've made some preliminary cost estimates, but this is one avenue we have not explored. Would also say that some of the work that TxDOT's engaged in on the North Corridor study opens up some additional possibilities that we'd like to explore.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to make one more comment. We're very supportive of this because as you're looking at the multimodal approach to that northwest area, we've got a major effort to look at how we might redesign a master plan at the Northwest Transit Center that's got multi-modes coming in there. And I think this would be a great opportunity to look at how that kind of gets fleshed out as well.
Okay. Any other discussion on it? I have a motion. Do I need a second?
Second.
All in favor of adopting resolution number 16-17 UPWP-2?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.